Hi there. As a consumer, I always want to buy more goods and services. So always want to buy goods and services. But how much I can buy that good and services, that is actually solely determined by my income and prices. Budget line actually shows by using my income and given prices what are the different combinations of different goods and services I can buy. For example, in a given week, my income, I assume that is $10, and I will spend this income to buy two goods. One is rice and another is wheat. For simplicity, I assume that prices of both rice and wheat per LB, that is $1. So the prices of rice, which is $1, and similarly prices of wheat, PW, that is also $1. So budget constraint actually shows my expenditure on two goods and should be equal to my income. That is the quantity of rice into price plus quantity of wheat into price of wheat that could not exceed my income. So that is the budget line. For example, if I spend all my income for buying rice, so in that case the wheat would be 0. That means this term would be 0. So wheat, I can buy rice which is equal to M by price of rice. In our example, M is $10 and the price of rice is $1. We can draw the figure. The horizontal axis, that is rice, and vertical axis wheat. And if I spend all my money income to buy rice, I can buy 10 LB. So that is 10, and the vertical intercept is M by PR. Similarly, if I spend all my money income to buy wheat, in that case rice would be 0 and wheat equal M by PW, that means price of wheat. This the intercept is M by PW, which is also 10 units. If connecting these 2 points, I get a lot of combinations here. So this line actually shows the budget line. So that shows that my expenditure on two goods, wheat and rice, equals my income. For example, if I buy 1 LB of rice, so then I can buy 9 unit of wheat. So this is another combination. For example, this is A combination, this is B combinations, and similarly maybe we can find another combinations like 5 LB of wheat and 5 LB of rice. So that also like another combination, maybe it's C combinations. So the budget line shows all the different combination of wheat or rice that market will provide me with given income and prices of wheat and rice. Now we see that if we move from A to point B, I will get 1 additional unit of rice, and in response I have to sacrifice 1 unit of wheat. So that means we get W delta by delta R. So that is the slope of the budget line, which actually shows that for getting 1 unit of rice, have to sacrifice 1 unit of wheat. So 9 minus 10 by 1 minus 0, so we get the slope which is minus 1, and we see that the slope is equal to the relative price, because the ratio is price of rice is also 1 and price of wheat is also 1. The slope of the budget line is actually the relative price, so we ignore the minus sign because this signs for a negative relationship between wheat and rice. Because for simplicity we can ignore this. We can also call this relative price as the opportunity cost, which tells that if as a consumer, if I want to buy 1 unit of rice, then I have to sacrifice some 1 unit of wheat. Now if we see that if the relative price is changing, then what happens? For example, if the price of wheat goes double, so PW is increased like to PW bar, which is maybe $2. Relative prices now becomes half, so PR by PW turns into half. That means we have the slope becomes flatter because the slope is decreasing. M by PR is does not affect it. That means intercept of the horizontal axis remain same, but the M by PW that will be changed. So now I can buy maximum 5 units of wheat, because M by PW bar is now 10 by $2, so it's 5. So our new budget line would be like this. So that means the budget line becomes flatter because the slope goes down. If we assume that price remain constant, that means price of rice and wheat that remain $1, so PR is still equal to PW, that is still remain 1. So we have this budget line, the original budget line, and now the only change that has happened in income. So income that is increased from $10 to $12. So what would be the change for increasing income? So if we see the budget line, so relative price, that means PR by PW, that does not affect it by changing income. So only the factor that is affected is intercept, so M by PR and M by PW. Now we can buy more amounts of rice and wheat together. So for example, now the intercept term would be like 12. So here we can 12, and we can also buy a maximum amount of wheat, that is also 12. So we get another budget line that is shifted, parallel shifted. So when income changes, that does not affect the slope, it actually change the intercept. So increasing income will shift the budget line outward, and alternatively if income has decreased, then the budget line will shift to the left because it does not affect the relative price, so it only affects the intercept of the budget line. That is all about the budget line.